So, good morning. Here we are at Leslie Ann's Flying School at the takeoff point, and we're at the 2858 meter level in the ashram, in the Prosperity Virtual Ashram, and this area used to be known as Busker's Plaza. So here we are, and we're about to take our first flying lesson. So what I want to do before that, and this will probably be useful later on, is just open up a mini map. So I click World and then click Mini Map, and the mini map is going to show me my location relative to the ground, and this can be useful if we want to avoid region crossings, that type of thing. But we won't be using it very much today. I just want to mention that it's sometimes a useful thing to open up and give you a sense of where you're traveling when we're up in the air. So let's zoom in and see how we start out. We start out at this point here on the airfield, and we locate there are two windsocks here. There's one there near the sign for Leslie Ann's Flying School, and another one here a bit further away, and this is the one we want to start out with. And you can see it says click me on this windsock. So we want to start out with this one because the planes will be a little easier to handle. They're more like the old World War I planes. So I'll click on this windsock where it says click me, and then we have this box open up, or window, that says dogfights, bombing, SOP with Camel, Fokker DRI, or Red Baron. So I'm just going to click SOP W Camel, which stands for SOP with Camel. It's a type of aircraft, and if you can see there, it's starting to res automatically after I click that. So now to get in the plane, we place our mouse cursor on the plane, and it turns to a little hand, and then I'm going to right click on the plane, and we get this menu here come up, and now I want to click fly. So the moment I do that, oops, what happened? I'm not I seem to be sitting on the windsock. Okay, let's try again. I'm going to click on the plane and right click on the plane and then click fly. Ah, there we go. Okay, so don't panic. That's the first instruction. The next is let's orient ourselves around, and we're going to use our arrow keys, and we're going to use our page up and page down keys. Now the page up and page down are going to adjust the amount of power that we're putting to the propeller. The number of revolutions that the propeller goes around will be adjusted. Page up will increase it, page down will decrease it. The arrow keys, the left arrow key and the right arrow key, will cause the plane to turn to the left or the right. Rather like if you have a joystick in an aircraft, if you move it to one side or the other, just like you're moving the arrow keys. And then the up arrow and the down arrow key is like pushing the joystick forward, which makes the nose dip, or backward towards you, which pulls the nose up. So that'll all become clear once we start out. So I'm going to use the right turn arrow key here. I'm just tapping it, and you want to be tippy-tappy on these keys. Tapping it to orient myself. And now I'm going to press the page up key, tap, 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 to increase our speed or our power. and the engine gives a throaty roar. Now I'm going to pull back on the stick by hitting the arrow key that points towards me. So I'm pulling back on the stick and it's making the nose it come up, and we have a nice steady rate of climb here. So we'll continue to climb. And now let's level out by pushing the stick forward away from us. In other words, the arrow key that points away from us is going to level us out a little bit. And we can adjust ourselves to be horizontal with the horizon. Okay, so now let's start a turn. Let's press the left arrow key and cause the airplane to bank to the left, and I'm just gently tapping it a bit at a time, one sort of light tap at a time, until I've completed my turn and I can settle in. So let's just continue moving around clockwise. Let's bank again to the left by pressing the left arrow key. And now let's decrease our power a little, and we don't want to go too high here. And also let's push down on the stick. In other words, the arrow that's pointing away from you, let's press that down and bring our height down a little. And now let's level off again. You can check your height by looking at the top of the Second Life viewer here. The last number, that 2923, is our height in meters. And we started at, what was it, 28 something. It'd be good to remember that, because it'll tell us our relative height above the ground. So we're staying at, I don't know, about 100 meters here. And I'm just continuing to do left turns, left bank turns. We can see runways beneath us. And that's all we'll be doing at the moment, is just simply doing circuits. And then this will be our last circuit. Level out always. Try and keep the horizon as your sight line. So let's come in for a landing. As we come in now, we'll start to turn, and let's bring our speed down by pressing the page down button. The page down decreases the amount of power. Let's start to descent by pushing the stick forward. In other words, the arrow is pointing away from us. We have the runway in sight. Actually, let's come in from the other angle of the runway. This is probably not FAA approved, but we'll come in over this other end of the runway from which we took off. I'm pressing the forward arrow to push the nose down. Continue our descent. Let's try and bring ourselves on the center line of the runway using the right arrow key, the one that points to the right. And now let's bring the nose up. We want to kind of flare the aircraft as we come in for a landing. In other words, we're just gently bringing the nose up now on the center line, more or less, heading back where we came. Bring our power right down. Bring the nose up. And we can always walk from here. We're about to touch down. There we go. So we can taxi. Let's taxi back. Just press the page up key to add a little bit more power. Stay on the ground. Keep the stick in the center. Take the power right off. Press the page down key. And let's just click stand at the bottom. There we go. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you'll try this out. So we're at the Leslie Ann's Flying School, and that was our first flight, a simple clockwise spiral. We used mainly our left arrow key to turn us in a I was right. Anti-clockwise. We used our left arrow to turn us in a anti-clockwise manner around and did several circuits, and then we came back and landed. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you try it. Have a great day.